Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders, great millstone. And salutations to the Akim out there across the four corners. You know, delivering this truth, all honesty and sincerity. This is Nama on the DC camp. And, well, my thoughts on this. What's going on here? This is from Newsweek. These are these three. Well, you see two here in this picture, the father and son. These murdering Edomites here who killed Ahmaud Arbery. All right. So here we have, I guess they had placed a informant or whatever. And, you know, people like this can't keep their mouth shut. All right. And this is, turned out very good because you get to see, their mindset. Anyway, it says Travis Mcmichael told Facebook friend black people ruin everything. So says the FBI. We ruin everything. Wow. That's, wow. You deluded bastard, you. But anyway, Travis Mcmichael, one of the men convicted of murdering Ahmaud Arbery, allegedly told a friend on Facebook that black people ruin everything. An FBI witness testified Wednesday at his federal hate crime trial. All right. FBI intelligence analyst Amy Vaughn testified that McMichael repeatedly used racial slurs in text messages and social media posts. He allegedly used the N-word to describe black people and said multiple times he was glad he wasn't black. So-called, that is. The Associated Press reported. We have to say that because we're not black and they're not white. All right. McMichael is on trial with his father, Greg McMichael, and William Roddy Bryan, who were all convicted last year of murdering 25-year-old Arbery, a black man, so-called, jogging in their coastal Georgia neighborhood. The three men were sentenced to life in prison. Their second trial for hate crime charges started Monday in U.S. District Court. Now, I have to say right off the bat, I don't give a shit who doesn't like it. I hope that these three motherfuckers, especially the father and son, all three, but especially those two, I hope they get left in general pot by accident. I really do. I'm thinking of several years ago when, was it Ohio or was it Indiana, where they had these jakes tied to handcuffed to a table in like the general area where, and they had this, and you were wondering, wait a minute, why they got these three chained to the table, and then you got this Edomite left all by himself? Well, as it turns out, the motherfucker Edomite had either he had a shiv or he had a knife. I can't remember which. But he went after the three jakes that were handcuffed or chained to the fucking table and shit. And nobody was in sight. So that was like a hit. All right. I can't remember exactly where that happened and when, but it hasn't been that long ago. In any case, I hope that happens to these motherfuckers. All right. It says defense attorneys argue that the defendants pursued Arbery because of suspicions that he had committed crimes, while prosecutors say the men violated Arbery's civil rights and targeted him because he's black. Yes, true, because it came out, that video, and the guy that owned the property said he didn't have any problem or issues with the guy. Because they showed on videotape, others would stop by and go in and look around. To my knowledge, nobody took anything, but they had issues with this Jake, and he used that as an excuse, all right, to reminisce and serve out their visions of the good old days, you know, that their grandpappy told them about when they could do shit like this with impunity. All right? Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what they all want. You know, they want this to revert back to pre-1960. All right? It says Vaughn testified over 24 conversations that Travis McMichael and Brian had with others that spanned over years before Aubrey's death. The Associated Press reported she said the FBI was unable to access Greg McMichael's phone because it was encrypted. Wait a minute, the FBI was unable to do this? Bullshit. There were allegedly several text messages between McMichael and friends using racist slurs and offensive language. The first text message entering evidence was one dated March 16, 2019, in which McMichael and his friend were talking about McMichael's new job and why he enjoyed not working with black people. They ruin everything. That's why I love what I do now. Not a nigger in sight, McMichael allegedly said in the text message. McMichael was also accused of, well, first of all, why would you assume that we want to be around you? Being we're under the curses, we don't have the luxury in a majority of cases to where we can just pick up and move and just say, fuck it. But you all do. All right, so, you know, why is that an issue? You know, I think about King David, and I think about some of his men, and especially King David, why he hated these people, these Edomites. All right. Here it is, you've gotten away, or you think you have, but for the longest you have gotten away with all kinds of atrocities against our people, and yet your least inconvenience, you want to moan and groan and throw a hissy fit. Boy, I can't wait till you completely lose your kingdom. You know, I can't wait till this shit kicks off. I really can't. Let's go to what King David, a lot of you might be aware of this, a lot of you are not, but let's go. We got to go there. There's the Psalms. I got to go. Well, let's start at 10. All right. And this is how we feel. You talking about you want to get away from us. This is Psalms 10 and 1. Why standest thou far off, O Most High Yahweh? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor, which we are. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And that's coming. And you're starting to see when we talk about the curses being transferred, we talk about Deuteronomy 30 and 7, we talk about Jeremiah 30 and 16. Yeah, these things are being, yeah, you're starting to see it now. It's beautiful. 3, for the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and you're seeing, what did these people do? They cornered this guy, he was trying to get away, and they ended up murdering him. And this is being, you know, played out more and more now. What was the Jake, what was he from, Jamaica? Here in the last 2 or 3 weeks, he was murdered. He went out supposedly hunting with 4 or 5 other Edomites, and they just, no, you know, and they're trying to sweep that under the rug and make it seem like it's an accident. No, hell no. It says, again, for the wicked boasts of his heart's desire and blesseth the covetous, whom the Most High Yahweh abhorreth. All right? Who's more covetous than the so-called white man? 4, the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. He believes in his science. I think for those of you who have lived through this scamdemic the last 2 years, that's all he can talk about is his science. The Most High is not in his thoughts. All right. 5, his ways are always grievous, Contrast that with what the Lord said, follow him, his ways are not. Thy judgments are far from out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. And there's something exceptionally wicked with this American Edomite. He's exceptional. At least he thinks so. 6, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. 7, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And you can, if you ever take the time to listen how these motherfuckers talk, pay attention to the inflections and all that. All right, that's what these motherfuckers are all about, deceit and fraud. All right. Oh, they'll big you up in front of your face. But boy, if you could be a fly on the wall when they get to themselves and amongst themselves. All right, there's a lot of people that can pass for white will tell you, because these mother effers, they get relaxed when they think it's just them around them and they just let loose. Yeah. All right, let's go on to 17. Whoops, went one too far. This is Psalm 17. All right, again, prayer of David. And 13, because this motherfucker has plans for us. All right. Let's see if I want to start up a little. All right. Let's start at 8. It says, keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. All right. Again, this is a prayer of King David to the Most High. All right. And we know that we are the apple of his eye per Zechariah 2 and 8. All right. It says, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. And we are all encompassed by our enemy. Our chief enemy being Esau, Edom, but even the rest of these nations. All right. They come over here and take advantage, all right, of everything that we've, shed our blood, sweat, and tears for. All right. And they get uppity. All right. 10, they are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. And this has echoes of Psalm 73. All right. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places, because we are prey, P-R-E-Y, we are prey. All right. 13, here's the point. Arise, O Most High Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So yes, we are still under curses. We are still serving out our punishment, as it were, even though for those of us that have been blessed to see these things, all right, are being transferred to our enemy. And it's beautiful to see this. Now, let's go on to Psalms 137. This is about this so-called white man and how King David hated these motherfuckers. They're the nation of Edom. All right, it says, 1, by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof, for there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. And that's carried on down throughout all our captivities, even up until our latest. Now, won't you sing me, hey boy, won't you sing me one of them Negro spirituals there? Yeah. 4, how shall we sing the Most High's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. Let me skip on down to 7. It says, remember, O Most High Yahweh, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation of there. This is during the Babylonian captivity, which would later happen. It says, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us, because they helped the enemy. And it goes into that in Obadiah. All right. About what they did, and it tells them they should have not have done that. And the day of our of our, captivity, what we were going through. It says, happy shall he be. Actually, 8, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. And that's what we're hoping for. All right? And you're starting to see it. That's the thing, if you're paying attention. All right? They have no answers like they used to. Again, Obadiah. All right? Where it talks about the wise man of Teman. All right? The Most High is taking that from him. Just as he did us in Isaiah the 3rd chapter. All these things that he took from us. Those that were excellent in speech, the orators, and things of that nature. The ones that were mighty in war, things of that were taken from us. 9, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones, just as he did us. Let's go to 139. All right. Again, it says, surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O Most High. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men. For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. Do not I hate them, O Most High Yahweh, that hate thee? And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee? All right. It says, I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them mine enemies. Search me, O Most High, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. And see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. The point B, 22, I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. For those of you to say, you gotta get that hate out of your heart. Fuck you. Again, the damage that Christianity has done, you don't understand what you've been told. And I said that like that for a reason. All right. So let's go back to the article. It says, Mcmichael was also accused of making social media posts that mentioned violence against so-called black people. He allegedly commented in December 2018 on a Facebook video of a black man playing a prank of a white person. I'd kill that fucking nigger. In June 2017, Mcmichael shared a TV news story regarding a violent altercation between 2 white women and 2 black customers, mad about cold food at a Georgia restaurant. He said he would beat the black people to death if they did that to the name redacted by the FBI or my mother and sister. Mcmichael allegedly mentioned he would have no more remorse than putting down a rabid animal. And that's the way they feel about you Jakes. You're not seen as a human being. A lot of you want to stay here so you can get that job, that good job that will let you get that house with the white picket fence and the 2.5 children and all that shit. All right? Not realizing that those days are over. All right? In any case, continuing on, I'll skip down. This testimony was given in front of a jury consisting of 8 white people, 3 black people, and 1 Hispanic. U.S. District Court Judge Lisa Godbey Wood previously said she expects the trial to go on 7 to 12 days. Michael previously entered a guilty plea to the federal hate crime charge in exchange for a 30-year sentence. However, his plea agreement was rejected, and he withdrew his plea last week. Here we go. Georgia Sheriff's deputy called Ahmaud Arbery a criminal who got the death penalty. This came out last year, I believe. But here's some more shit. Kansas man admits threatening black man to get out of White Town. This happened like at least a couple of weeks ago. Here it is, a FedEx driver who was chased and shot at. You know, they made him continue his route. Let's see. It says attack on black. Here's these 2 idiots here. These 2 demons. This is a carbon, or trying to be a carbon copy of what I just read you. These are the ones that went after the FedEx driver. All right. Said they try to be copycats, and that's why we need full justice. All right. Two Mississippi white men, a father and a son, were charged earlier this week after reportedly chasing and firing shots at 24-year-old D. Monterio Gibson, a black FedEx delivery driver who was in the middle of his route in the Brookhaven neighborhood. See? FedEx, like I was telling you, FedEx accused of telling black worker to finish his route after allegedly being shot at by two white men. What the fuck? And here, I thought it was a woman at first. Come on, Jake. This is a damn. Let me read on here. Let's see. The hell? Yeah, it says that he was chased, but you gotta check for now because they got this. You know, you don't know what the fuck is what anymore. What the fuck? Let's see. But anyway, I hope you get the point. Damn, man, it's that fucking what do you call it? What's that word? Damn it, well you can't. Fuck. What is the word? You're trying to blend the two. You know, you can't tell male from female. Now I can't. Yeah, well, let's go on back to the original. Now these three officers that were um, standing idly by while George Floyd was murdered, they're on trial now. Let's see. Let's see. That's about it. I thought it was something else here, just to show you about, you know. Oh, George Zimmerman, he had filed a $100 million lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's parents for, I believe it was like defamation of character or some shit. Some stupid shit. Here it is, yeah. Defamation and conspiracy lawsuit, and the judge dismissed it, so fuck him. Alright, he's a terror anyway. Fuck him. You know. But, anyway, yeah, so here we are. They have the nerve to act like, you know, we're the problem with everything they've done to us. Still, this is why they are promised no mercy. James 2:13. They didn't give any mercy, they're not going to get any. And if they didn't give any, they're not going to receive any. We put it like that. All right, hey, so with that, shalom.